Beyond the Reps, Bodybuilding Secrets for Lasting Results. Ciro Irmici. Copyright 2024 Ciro Irmici. All rights reserved. The journey beyond the reps. Bodybuilding is often perceived as a sport of pure physicality, a pursuit of bigger muscles, sculpted physiques, and impressive feats of strength. The image of a bodybuilder lifting heavy weights, veins bulging, sweat pouring, and muscles contracting is iconic, instantly recognizable even to those unfamiliar with the sport. But for those who have truly immersed themselves in the world of bodybuilding, it quickly becomes apparent that the discipline involves far more than just moving iron. In truth, the journey to achieving a powerful and aesthetic physique goes far beyond the reps performed in the gym. It's a journey that delves deep into the mind, the spirit, and the very essence of what it means to push the limits of human potential. This is the journey we will explore together in Beyond the Reps, Bodybuilding Secrets for Lasting Results. The evolution of bodybuilding. Bodybuilding has evolved significantly since its early days. What began as a simple display of strength and physical prowess has transformed into a complex science, an art form, and for many, a way of life. The pioneers of bodybuilding, figures like Eugen Sandow, Charles Atlas, and later Arnold Schwarzenegger, helped lay the groundwork for what the sport would become, inspiring generations to pursue the ideal of the perfect physique. But as bodybuilding has evolved, so too have the methods and philosophies that guide it. Today, it's not enough to merely lift heavy weights or follow a basic diet plan. Modern bodybuilding requires a deep understanding of nutrition, recovery, mental fortitude, and the intricacies of muscle hypertrophy. It requires a holistic approach that integrates all aspects of life, from how you eat and sleep to how you think and feel. Understanding the Beyond the Reps philosophy, the phrase Beyond the Reps is more than just a catchy title. It encapsulates the essence of what this book is about. While the reps you perform in the gym are undeniably important, they are only one piece of the puzzle. True success in bodybuilding, the kind that leads to lasting results and a lifelong dedication to health and fitness, comes from understanding and mastering the elements that lie beyond the physical act of lifting weights. In this book, we will explore these elements in depth. We will look at how proper nutrition can fuel your workouts and optimize your results, how mental toughness can push you through plateaus and setbacks, and how recovery practices can ensure that your body remains strong and resilient over the long haul. We will also dive into advanced training techniques, injury prevention, and the importance of customizing your routine to fit your unique body and goals. But perhaps most importantly, this book will emphasize the significance of mindset. The greatest bodybuilders in history did not achieve their success solely through physical means. They also possessed an unbreakable mental resolve, a commitment to their goals that went beyond the gym. They understood that bodybuilding is as much a mental and emotional challenge as it is a physical one, and they embraced that challenge with unwavering dedication. Setting the stage for lasting success, one of the core tenets of this book is that bodybuilding is not just about achieving short-term gains or preparing for a single competition. It's about building a lifestyle that supports long-term health, strength, and vitality. It's about creating a foundation that will allow you to continue making progress, year after year, regardless of the obstacles that life throws your way. To achieve this, you must go beyond the superficial aspects of the sport. You must commit to understanding the science behind your training, to developing habits that support your goals, and to cultivating a mindset that will keep you motivated through both triumphs and challenges. You must also be willing to listen to your body, to respect its limits, and to approach your training with patience and humility. This book is designed to guide you on that journey. Whether you are a seasoned competitor or someone just starting out on the path of bodybuilding, the principles and strategies outlined in these pages will help you build a physique that is not only impressive but sustainable. You will learn how to set realistic goals, how to track your progress, and how to adjust your approach as you grow and evolve. But more than that, you will learn how to integrate bodybuilding into your life in a way that enhances your overall well-being. You will discover that the discipline, focus, and perseverance required to succeed in bodybuilding can translate into success in other areas of your life, your career, your relationships, and your personal development. A commitment to excellence. As you embark on this journey, I encourage you to approach it with an open mind and a commitment to excellence. Bodybuilding is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It requires time, dedication, and a willingness to learn and adapt. But for those who are willing to put in the effort, the rewards are immense, not just in terms of physical strength and appearance, but in the confidence, discipline, and mental toughness that come from pushing your limits and achieving your goals. In the chapters that follow, we will explore the secrets of bodybuilding success, drawing on the latest research, the wisdom of seasoned athletes, and the lessons I have learned through years of experience in the sport. My hope is that this book will serve as a roadmap for your journey, helping you to navigate the challenges, avoid the pitfalls, and ultimately achieve the lasting results you desire. Remember, the reps you perform in the gym are just the beginning. The real transformation happens when you embrace the journey beyond the reps, when you commit to understanding and mastering every aspect of this incredible discipline. So let's get started. Your journey to lasting results begins now. This introduction sets the stage for a comprehensive exploration of bodybuilding that goes beyond the physical aspects of the sport, focusing on the mindset, nutrition, recovery, and lifestyle habits that are essential for long-term success. The tone is motivational, encouraging readers to commit fully to their journey and to embrace the challenges ahead with determination and an open mind. Building a strong foundation. Every great structure starts with a solid foundation, and bodybuilding is no different. The physiques that inspire awe, the strength that defies expectations, and the confidence that radiates from those who have mastered the sport. All of these are built on a bedrock of principles that must be laid down from the very beginning. Without a strong foundation, no amount of advanced techniques, supplements, or cutting-edge equipment will deliver the lasting results you seek. This chapter is about creating that foundation, ensuring that your journey begins on the right foot and continues with the stability and support needed to reach your ultimate goals. The importance of basics. In the pursuit of muscle growth and strength, it's easy to get caught up in the allure of complex routines, trendy diets, and the latest fitness gadgets. However, the truth is that the basics, those fundamental principles that have stood the test of time, are the cornerstone of any successful bodybuilding regimen. Think of these basics as the roots of a tree. The deeper and stronger the roots, the taller and more resilient the tree will be. In bodybuilding, these roots consist of proper exercise technique, a balanced diet, adequate rest, and a disciplined mindset. Before you can branch out into more advanced strategies, you must ensure that these roots are firmly planted. Form and technique. The cornerstones of progress. The first and most crucial element of your foundation is exercise form and technique. Far too often, beginners and even experienced lifters fall into the trap of prioritizing heavy weights over proper form. This is a mistake that not only hinders progress, but also significantly increases the risk of injury. When you perform an exercise with correct form, you engage the target muscles more effectively, ensuring that they are doing the bulk of the work. This not only maximizes muscle growth, but also helps prevent injuries by distributing the load evenly across joints and connective tissues. Moreover, mastering the proper form sets you up for long-term success, as it allows you to gradually increase the weight you lift without compromising safety. Let's take the squat, for example, a fundamental exercise that engages multiple muscle groups. When performed correctly, the squat can dramatically improve your leg strength, power, and overall athleticism. However, improper form, such as allowing your knees to cave in or your back to round, can lead to serious injuries over time. By focusing on perfecting your squat technique, keeping your knees in line with your toes, maintaining a neutral spine, and lowering yourself with controlled, deliberate movements, you set the stage for building massive strength in your lower body. In this book, we will explore the proper form for various exercises in detail, but for now, understand that mastering form is non-negotiable. If you're unsure about your technique, seek guidance from a knowledgeable coach or use video analysis to assess your movements. Remember, it's better to lift lighter weights with perfect form than to lift heavy weights with poor technique. Establishing a mind-muscle connection. Beyond the physical mechanics of exercise lies another critical element of bodybuilding success: the mind-muscle connection. This concept refers to the ability to consciously engage and feel the specific muscle you are targeting during an exercise. Developing a strong mind-muscle connection allows you to maximize the effectiveness of each rep, ensuring that the intended muscle group is fully activated. The mind-muscle connection is particularly important when performing isolation exercises, where the goal is to target a single muscle group. For example, during a bicep curl, it's essential to focus on the contraction of the biceps rather than simply moving the weight from point A to point B. By concentrating on the tension in the biceps throughout the movement, you can increase the intensity of the workout and stimulate greater muscle growth. Developing this connection takes time and practice. Start by slowing down your movements and paying close attention to how your muscles feel during each phase of the exercise. Visualize the muscle contracting and lengthening as you perform each representative. Over time, this focus will become second nature, and you'll notice a significant improvement in the quality of your workouts. The role of consistency and discipline. While proper form and the mind-muscle connection are critical components of your foundation, they are nothing without consistency and discipline. Bodybuilding is not a short-term endeavor. It is a lifelong commitment to self-improvement. The physiques you admire were not built in weeks or even months. They were forged over years of relentless dedication. Consistency means showing up day after day, week after week, regardless of how you feel. It means adhering to your training program, following your nutrition plan, and prioritizing your recovery. There will be days when motivation is low, when life's challenges threaten to derail your progress, but it is during these times that discipline must take over. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your results. It is the ability to stay focused on the bigger picture, to push through the discomfort, and to make the right choices even when they are not the easiest or most convenient. Discipline is what separates those who achieve lasting results from those who fall short. But discipline doesn't mean perfection. It's important to recognize that setbacks and challenges are part of the journey. There will be days when you miss a workout, indulge in a treat, or struggle to stay on track. What matters is how you respond to these moments. Do you let them derail your progress, or do you use them as opportunities to recommit and refocus? Successful bodybuilders understand that consistency over time is more important than individual slip-ups. They view each day as a new opportunity to improve and make progress. Laying the groundwork for success as you embark on your bodybuilding journey, it's essential to keep these foundational principles at the forefront of your mind. Building a strong foundation is not just about physical preparation. It's about cultivating the right mindset, developing good habits, and committing to a long-term vision of success. Take the time to assess your current habits and routines. Are you prioritizing proper form and technique in your workouts? Are you focusing on the mind-muscle connection and ensuring that each representative counts? Are you consistent in your training, nutrition, and recovery practices? If the answer to any of these questions is no, now is the time to make the necessary adjustments. Remember, the foundation you build today will support the progress you make tomorrow. By focusing on the basics, mastering the fundamentals, and committing to consistency and discipline, you set yourself up for lasting success. This is the bedrock upon which your bodybuilding journey will be built, and it is the key to achieving the lasting results you desire. As we move forward in this book, we will explore more advanced strategies and techniques, but never lose sight of the importance of a strong foundation. Every rep, every meal, every moment of rest and recovery contributes to the bigger picture. Embrace the process, trust in the fundamentals, and watch as your hard work pays off in the form of strength, muscle, and confidence that will last a lifetime. This chapter emphasizes the critical importance of building a solid foundation in bodybuilding, focusing on the basics of form, technique, the mind-muscle connection, consistency, and discipline. The tone is motivational. encouraging readers to commit to these foundational principles as they embark on their journey to lasting results. The chapter sets the stage for more advanced topics, while reinforcing the idea that success in bodybuilding is built from the ground up, on a strong and stable foundation. The science of strength. Strength is the bedrock of bodybuilding. It's the force that powers each rep, the catalyst for muscle growth, and the measure by which progress is often gauged. But true strength in bodybuilding goes beyond merely lifting heavier weights. It's about understanding the science behind what makes you stronger, so you can train smarter, avoid plateaus, and continue making gains long after you've left the beginner phase behind. In this chapter, we will delve into the science of strength, exploring the physiological principles that govern muscle growth, the importance of progressive overload, and the role of periodization in optimizing your training. Understanding muscle hypertrophy. At the core of bodybuilding is the concept of muscle hypertrophy, the process by which muscle fibers increase in size. When you lift weights, you create small tears in your muscle fibers. These micro tears are not a sign of damage in the negative sense, but rather an essential part of the muscle building process. When you rest and recover, your body repairs these tears, making the muscle fibers thicker and stronger in response to the demands you've placed on them. There are two main types of muscle hypertrophy: myofibrillar hypertrophy and sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Myofibrillar hypertrophy refers to an increase in the size and number of myofibrils, the contractile components of muscle cells, leading to greater strength and density. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, on the other hand, involves an increase in the volume of the sarcoplasm, the fluid and energy substrates that surround the myofibrils, resulting in larger muscle size, but not necessarily a proportional increase in strength. Both types of hypertrophy are important for bodybuilders. Myofibrillar hypertrophy contributes to the dense, hard look that is the hallmark of a well-trained physique, while sarcoplasmic hypertrophy gives muscles their size and fullness. A well-rounded training program should aim to stimulate both types, ensuring that your muscles are not only big but also strong and functional. To optimize hypertrophy, your training must create enough mechanical tension, muscle damage, and metabolic stress, three key factors that signal your body to grow. Mechanical tension is generated by lifting heavy weights with controlled form, which places stress on the muscles. Muscle damage occurs during eccentric movements, when the muscle lengthens under tension, and contributes to the growth process. Metabolic stress, often referred to as the pump, is the accumulation of metabolites in the muscle during high representative training, which also triggers growth. Understanding these mechanisms is crucial for designing an effective training program. By varying your representative ranges, intensities, and exercise selection, you can target different aspects of hypertrophy and ensure that your muscles continue to grow in response to the training stimuli. The role of progressive overload. If there is one principle that defines successful strength training, it is progressive overload. Progressive overload is the gradual increase of stress placed upon the body during exercise. In the context of bodybuilding, it means consistently challenging your muscles with greater resistance, more volume, or increased intensity to stimulate growth. Without progressive overload, your muscles will adapt to the workload, and your progress will stagnate. This is why it's crucial to continually push your limits, whether by adding more weight to the bar, performing more reps, increasing the number of sets, or reducing rest times between sets. Each of these methods increases the demand on your muscles, forcing them to adapt by growing larger and stronger. There are several ways to implement progressive overload in your training. Increase the weight. The most straightforward method is to gradually increase the amount of weight you lift. Even a small increase, such as 2.5 pounds, can make a significant difference over time. However, it's essential to ensure that you maintain proper form as you increase the weight to avoid injury. Add reps or sets. Another method is to increase the number of repetitions or sets you perform. For example, if you typically perform 3 sets of 8 reps, you might aim to complete 3 sets of 10 reps, or increase to 4 sets of 8 reps. This increases the overall volume of your workout, further challenging your muscles. Reduce rest time. By shortening the rest periods between sets, you can increase the intensity of your workout and enhance metabolic stress. This method is particularly effective for inducing sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, as it emphasizes endurance and muscle pump. Increased training frequency. Training a muscle group more frequently can also contribute to progressive overload. For example, if you currently train each muscle group once a week, you might try splitting your routine to hit each muscle twice a week, ensuring that you allow for adequate recovery between sessions. Introduce new exercises. Incorporating new exercises that target your muscles from different angles can introduce a new stimulus, preventing your body from becoming too accustomed to a particular movement pattern. This can be particularly effective for overcoming plateaus. Progressive overload is not about making drastic changes overnight, but rather about small, incremental improvements that accumulate over time. It's about challenging your body just enough to stimulate growth without overwhelming it. Consistency is key. By making small adjustments to your routine regularly, you'll continue to make progress and avoid the dreaded plateau. Periodization. Cycling your workouts for maximum gains. One of the most effective ways to ensure long-term progress and prevent overtraining is through a training strategy known as periodization. Periodization involves organizing your training into distinct phases or cycles, each with a specific focus and goal. This approach allows you to vary the intensity, volume, and type of training you do, optimizing your performance and reducing the risk of injury. There are several types of periodization, but the most common are linear periodization, undulating periodization, and block periodization. Linear periodization. This is the most straightforward approach, where you gradually increase the intensity of your workouts over time while decreasing the volume. For example, you might start with a high-volume, low-intensity phase, focusing on endurance and hypertrophy, and gradually move towards a low-volume, high-intensity phase, emphasizing strength and power. Undulating periodization, also known as nonlinear periodization. This approach involves varying the intensity and volume on a weekly or even daily basis. For instance, you might have a heavy day focused on low reps and high weight, followed by a lighter day with higher reps and lower weight, and a medium day that strikes a balance between the two. This method is particularly effective for avoiding plateaus and keeping your body guessing. Block periodization. In this approach, your training is divided into blocks, each lasting several weeks and focusing on a specific goal, such as hypertrophy, strength, or power. Each block builds on the previous one, allowing for a more targeted and progressive approach to training. Periodization is especially important for advanced lifters who have already built a solid foundation of strength and muscle. As your body becomes more accustomed to training, it requires more sophisticated strategies to continue making progress. By cycling your workouts and varying the focus, you can keep your muscles challenged and your motivation high. Another key benefit of periodization is that it allows for planned recovery phases, known as deload weeks, where the intensity and volume of training are intentionally reduced. These phases are crucial for allowing your body to recover, repair, and come back stronger. They also help prevent burnout and overtraining, which can derail your progress. The long-term view, patience and persistence. One of the most important aspects of strength training that is often overlooked is the need for patience and persistence. Muscle growth and strength development are not instantaneous processes. They take time, effort, and consistency. The gains you make in the gym are the result of countless hours of work, dedication, and sacrifice. It's easy to become frustrated when progress seems slow, especially in a world that often promises quick fixes and instant results. But the reality is that true strength and lasting muscle growth are built over months and years, not days or weeks. This is why it's essential to keep the long-term view in mind, to stay focused on your goals, and to trust in the process. Every workout, every meal, every night of rest contributes to the bigger picture. Even on days when you don't feel like you're making progress, remember that each small step forward is a victory. It's the accumulation of these small victories that leads to significant, lasting change. As you continue on your bodybuilding journey, Remember that the science of strength is about more than just lifting heavy weights. It's about understanding how your body responds to the demands you place on it, and using that knowledge to train smarter, not just harder. By embracing the principles of muscle hypertrophy, progressive overload, and periodization, you can optimize your training for maximum gains, avoid plateaus, and continue making progress for years to come. In the next chapter, we'll explore the critical role that nutrition plays in fueling your body and supporting your training efforts. Just as you must train with intention and strategy, so too must you eat with purpose, ensuring that your body has the fuel it needs to build muscle, recover, and thrive. This chapter provides a detailed exploration of the scientific principles behind strength training, focusing on muscle hypertrophy, progressive overload, and periodization. The tone is educational, yet motivational, encouraging readers to apply these principles to their training in order to achieve lasting results. The chapter emphasizes the importance of patience, persistence, and a strategic approach to bodybuilding, setting the stage for the more advanced topics to come.